Hello, everyone. So I am going to go over with you the questions that you had from last week's assignment on your different assignments you have due this semester. So we're going to call this Dr. Sears Explains It All for you. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. So these are the questions that came up with your class. So first was the key assessment. First question, great question. How many peer-reviewed resources are required? Minimum of 5 peer-reviewed resources. One of these resources will come directly from the website that you'll use to gather a lot of your information. And then I'm going to show you ways that you can collect others. I'll be making a video about this, so it'll be really easy for you to use. Second question, how many of observation hours? You don't need any. I'm giving you the case study for this. These are fictional students based on real experiences that I've had, but you will not need to do any observation hours for this. So I'm giving you all the information you need. I know a lot of times you hear case study. Y'all are used to the case studies from last year, but for this, no, you don't have to do observation hours and you don't have to find your own student either. So it's all me. Co-planning, will we be able to submit the assignment earlier for feedback before implementing the lesson? So I think when you hear co-planning lesson, everybody immediately thinks, oh my gosh, I have to write a lesson plan. You actually don't for this. I'm going to be giving you a scenario that you will be basing this on. And when you meet with your avatar, who is your co-teacher, your avatar will be a gen ed teacher, you will be the special ed teacher. You will be planning a lesson with this person on the water cycle. However, there's a lot that you can plan for in advance, and I'll be talking more about that soon, but to give you a little bit of a preview, you're going to be particularly planning for accommodations and modifications for the students in your class who have disabilities. You have about 7 students in the class who have disabilities. And what you will do is you're going to need to come up in advance with those ideas for these students. I'll give you a bunch of things that you can use. I'll be talking about that very soon in class. But I wanted you to have your accommodations and modifications week with me first before you did that. But another thing you can do is plan with your partner, the person you're going into the simulator with. I would talk with that person in advance, maybe do some role playing with that person in advance. You'll both have the same exact scenario. You'll be working with the same exact co-teacher. So it might be a good idea for you to talk with that person in advance. Think about co-teaching strategies. You're going to have to be talking about those, but you'll have the rubric and everything for this later this week. And I will have a video up for you of exactly what you need to do. I'm excited that I'm doing all of this online this semester because I'm creating all of these videos I'll be able to use in the future. For the intensive intervention IRIS module, the question was, how long do I think that it'll take? About an hour to 2 hours. I don't think it'll take you much longer than that. It really just depends on how long and how in-depth you go into it. I find with IRIS modules, what you put into it is what you get out of it. So this is a really important one, and one I feel that is really relevant to this class as well, because it's really talking about what are intensive interventions. It's going to help you with your case, with your key assessment as well, hint, hint. We'll be coming back to this module later in the semester. So again, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. Group IRIS module, will we need to choose our own groups? Yes, and the sign up is already up for that. I'll show you where that is in just a second. So yes, you will sign up for your own groups. And let me show you where that is. So here is your class. I know it's your class because it says G1 up at the top. You are class G1. If you go over here to the sidebar, you'll see where it says assignment information. If you click on there and then go to content, and of course it doesn't do what I want it to do because it never does. So sometimes you have to go back. Here is information on all of your assignments, the major ones that you're going to be doing in this class. So you have your infographics, their information right here. There's some examples. The IRIS module, the intensive intervention, here's the assignment to turn it in. I'll also put that during the week that it's due. Here's your worksheet you'll be doing and the module itself. The IRIS module group project, like I just talked about, here is the assignment and here's your group sign up. So you can go ahead and sign up there. Key assessment, your signups will be here and all of the case studies will be here. But when you go under each of these different sections, you're going to see here's the information. Here is a Word document that you can go ahead and use when you're writing it. Here's the worksheet that you'll be filling out for the first part. And again, where you're turning in the assignment. Go back here. If you go down further, the case study project, there'll be more information. The Bitmoji classroom, here's where you're signing up for that. And then the co-planning, here's your co-teacher sign up for that as well. I hope this was helpful. Please, 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 when you have questions, just reach out. I know a lot of you have already, and I appreciate that. I hope you have a great week. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.